Welcome back to your next lesson on your videographer. In this lesson, we will go over what videographers do you need one, the different styles of videography, packages offered, how much they cost, as well as money-saving tips. First, let's go over what videographers do. A wedding videographer captures the celebration of a couple's marriage. They have the task of filming all wedding-related events and then taking the film and editing it into the final film for the newlyweds. You may be asking yourself, do you need one? Here's a few questions to ask yourself. Will you want actual footage to look back on, not just still photos? Do you want something you can watch on your anniversary or show your children their great-grandmother's infectious laugh? Have you planned aspects of the day that a video can capture that photos just can't? Do you want to be able to hear your vows or the toasts given by your mother, father, or close family and friends? Do you want to see the moments you may have missed while you were cutting your cake, dancing, or greeting your guests? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you may consider hiring a videographer for your wedding day. So, if you're considering a videographer, let's go over the different types of videography styles. Traditional style is an old style of wedding video, the kind you might expect if you asked a friend to video your wedding filmed from start to finish with minimal editing, if at all. The traditional wedding video often lasts about 2 to 3 hours. These videos are becoming less popular, and few videographers offer this service anymore. If you want a more modern approach but really can't stand to miss a moment of video, choose one of the other styles and ask your videographer if they'd be happy to provide you with the raw footage. Some will, some will not, but you should expect to pay extra for it because it does take time to produce. Journalistic documentary. Sometimes known as documentary or reportage, this style involves a videographer capturing the events of the day as they happen. It is usually edited in a linear fashion, so you end up with a video that documents your wedding from morning preparations through to the evening reception. Some wedding videos in the journalistic style feature interviews with the bride and groom or with their guests, commenting on the day or offering congratulations. Occasionally, the sound bites from these interviews will be used throughout the video to help tell the story of the day, although this variation is more common in the cinematic style wedding video. Aside from these interviews, videographers who shoot in the journalistic style typically stand in the background during the day and do not interact greatly with the couple or their guests. The cinematic style of wedding video is filmed and edited more like a movie with a view to emphasize the emotion and drama of the day. It may rely more on montages, music, or special effects such as slow motion. Videographers who shoot in the cinematic style may interact significantly more on the day, sometimes setting up shots and directing the couple or guests in much the same way as the wedding photographer. Like the journalistic style, cinematic videos tend to last in the region of 60 to 90 minutes. The truth is, there is a certain amount of overlap between cinematic and journalistic styles, and most videographers will use elements of each one in the video. By all means, talk to several companies to discuss their individual styles and approach, but in the end, there's no substitute for watching demo videos and picking the ones you like the best. Nostalgic. There is a trend in wedding videography as of late to use Super 8 film or 8mm film to capture weddings with a vintage flair. Some videographers may use this film to document the entire day or will blend it with modern recording technology for a unique effect. Storytelling. Unlike the other types of wedding films, a storytelling style relies on sound bites, both from the day and recorded at another time, as you may have guessed, to tell the story of your day. The way that music may be used to create an emotional reaction in other film types, storytelling uses sound bites for dramatic effect. Packages and prices. Remember, you're going to want to budget about 5 to 7% for your videographer, and some packages to choose from. Normal ceremony coverage typically includes single camera coverage for the wedding ceremony only, It's about roughly 60 to 90 minutes with appropriate lighting and a minimum of one edited video with or without music. Ceremony and reception coverage costs should also cover the reception from about 1 to 3 hours. For the deluxe packages, couples who want their wedding video to be viewed like a professional movie or documentary on DVD with interviews and special effects will likely opt for a deluxe package. It should include 2 cameras at the ceremony, 1 or 2 cameras at the reception, up to 5 hours of coverage, lighting, and at least 3 copies of the edited DVD with custom music, basic titles, or on-screen menus. For premium packages, it would include 2 to 3 cameras at both the ceremony and reception, up to 8 hours of coverage. Coverage may begin with preparation or decorations of the ceremony and reception locations and the bridal party getting dressed, editing after some coverage of the reception. Premium package would also include custom music, titles, and on-screen menus, a photo montage from a formal portrait sitting or personal photos of the couple, interviews with the bride and groom, often referred to as vignettes or love stories, and these packages often include planning sessions with the couple as well as other vendors. Some additional services offered by videographers are additional copies of the DVDs or flash drives, editing, montages, additional videographers, or rehearsal dinner footage. So, what's trending in videography nowadays? Some popular wedding trends in videography right now are trash the dress shoots, montages in 3D, trailers, documentary style videos, drone footage, and highlight reels. So now let's go over some tips to save on your videography. The first thing you can do in order to save money on your videographer is to hire a film student. Take a look around and see if there are any film students who are willing to shoot your special moments for a cheaper price. There's some serious talent in those film schools, but make sure you take a look at their past work before you hire them. Also, you're going to want to watch the clock. Many videographers will charge you for their time they spend at your wedding. Try to limit what they're filming so you save money on their shooting fees. You'll also save some money on editing since they'll have less raw footage to edit. For example, tell the videographer to only film the ceremony and to avoid other parts such as your pre-ceremony prep. You could also choose a shorter video. You could also skip on the extras and don't go crazy with making your video really fancy and special effects and sound. That's going to distract the viewer and can possibly look really cheesy years later. Fancy additions are going to also cost more money as a videographer will have to spend more time on editing. Stick to a simple DVD or make your own instead. You can also ask your family and friends to video certain aspects of your wedding day for you, or you can edit yourself. You can request the raw footage from the videographer and edit it on your own if that's something you're able to do. So that's going to do it for this lesson, and I'll see you in the next.